Here I am, Mr. Chairman, taking up your offer when you said we can bring these people in for depositions or committee hearings, whichever they choose. Well, I've chosen. I am here to testify at a public hearing.
Oh, how sweet it is. Remember that? Hunter Biden putting on a show for the cameras in December outside of Congress, demanding transparency. He wants a public hearing because he's so innocent. In reality, he just wanted to avoid a deposition behind closed doors with very, very smart attorneys grilling him. He wasn't able to do that. After his closed-door deposition last month, Hunter denying now an invitation by House Republicans to testify publicly, along with Tony Bobulinski, Devin Archer, and Jason Galanis, his business partners. Ooh, he knows he can't do that. His attorney is releasing a statement to House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, calling the March 20th hearing that's planned a carnival sideshow and a blatant plan for media events. They're scared. How rich, of course. How dare they plan a media event after Hunter in January crashed a House hearing while filming a documentary and stayed for 5 minutes. Comer stating that the hearing will still go ahead as planned. He expects Hunter to be there. We're likely going to see a subpoena coming for Hunter Biden. Peter Schweizer joins us now. He spent a lot of time looking into Biden family corruption. He's also the author of the new book, Blood Money, Why the Powerful Turn a Blind Eye While China Kills Americans. A great author. And Peter, thank you so much for coming back on. How dangerous is it for Hunter to sit at a public hearing next to Tony Bobulinski?
I think it's quite dangerous. You think of the other three individuals that were his business partners, all have an important story to tell. And it's an important story because they interacted with his father, Vice President Joe Biden. Jason Galanis was kind of the money guy in terms of moving the money around. He certainly had some very interesting things he told the committee. Tony Bobulinski, of course, 10% for the big guy, was well aware and explained what was going on. And then, of course, Devin Archer, his longtime partner, also clearly showed and demonstrated that the product that Hunter Biden was selling was his father. So Hunter Biden does not want to show up. I think the committee is absolutely right to subpoena him. And the question is, does he want to walk away from a subpoena and risk a contempt of Congress charge?
Well, that's exactly the point. But if, let's say, if they compel him to come and he doesn't want to deal with the contempt and potentially go into jail, like we've seen with Peter Navarro and other people, what do you think what does he do? And does he come in? What would he say?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think he'll probably be demonstrative. I mean, look, Hunter has never had good explanations for very, very basic questions, like what were you actually being paid for? And when he is there with the other panelists, I think it's going to be clear cut what was going on. And when Hunter, sort of goes off with these sort of fantasy explanations of what was going on, you actually got the three people that were sitting at the table with him, not only at this hearing, but in these business deals to correct him. Keep in mind what Hunter Biden's position is. You might call it Biden privilege. The only people that get to testify one-on-one to a committee by themselves are cabinet officers, the Secretary of Defense, the Attorney General. Congress never sits down and has a public hearing with one person. And yet that's what Hunter Biden has insisted, that the Oversight Committee should only meet publicly with himself, is absurd, and the committee should call his bluff on it.
Something else. Boy, this is going to be very interesting to watch. And again, at the end of the day, we know that they're not going to impeach Joe Biden. They're not going to throw any of these guys in jail. But what matters is how damaging this is for the next election. And if he were to sit there with Tony Bobulinski blowing him out of the water, I mean, he was one of only a handful of guys on those China deals. I mean, these guys know how it worked. I mean, that could be devastating politically for Joe Biden. I think that's the point. Peter Schweizer, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rob.